Well, hello, Richly. How are you? Are you doing well today? You come say hi. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you were telling me that yesterday. Oh, thank you. I got leggings to kind of match it. It's got pumpkins and stuff on it. Well, hello, Jackie. How are you? You ladies have a good day. So we're going to play around with the Jack-o'-lantern tarot, but first, I have a story to share. It's been a busy day. I didn't have too bad of a day. They were off-road most of the day, so. Okay. So, we'll go ahead and get started. So this is a story about Stingy Jack and how some believe that is a part of where the jack-o'-lantern comes from. So we're going to start at the very beginning because a lot of times you only hear a part of it and not the whole thing. So he's an old man, he's grumpy, he's greedy, he's stingy, he's kind of like a lowlife. So out of his character, he helps an old beggar man on the side of the road, which was actually an angel. And I'm not quite sure how the 1001 nights fit in, but it's kind of like Arabian Tales. So anyway, so the angel grants Jack 3 wishes. So Jack's 3 wishes are kind of dumb, so to speak, for lack of his imagination. So his first wish, he says, anybody that sits in Jack's chair is stuck to the spot. Okay, so his second wish was whoever takes a bough from his sycamore tree is stuck to the spot. His third wish was anyone who borrows his tools is stuck to the spot. So the angel made note of this and made note of his character and thought, well, I'll go ahead and grant him these 3 wishes, but we won't let him into heaven when the time comes. So, all right. So anyway, eventually the devil comes to claim Jack, and Jack invites the devil to have a drink with him. Hello, how are you? I hope you had a good day. So Jack, being stingy, doesn't pay for the drinks, and he talks the devil into turning into a coin to pay for the drinks. So the devil does, and Jack puts the coin into his pocket. Jack had a silver cross in his pocket, so the devil couldn't change back to normal. So they struck a bad deal. Yeah, they struck a bad deal. So Jack told the devil that if he would leave him alone for a year and deny him entry into hell, he would change him back to his normal self. So they did. So a year goes by, and the devil comes back, and Jack talks the devil into climbing a fruit tree and eating some of the fruit. So the devil does, and while the devil's up there, Jack carves a cross into the trunk of the tree so the devil can't come down. So another really, really bad deal struck. So Jack tells the devil, says, I'll let you down if you leave me alone for 10 years. He says, okay. So Jack lets him down, devil leaves him alone, you know. Well, Jack dies, and he's refused entry into heaven. And so he goes to see the devil, and true to the devil's word, he doesn't let him into hell. So, however, the devil, excuse me, throws him a lump of burning coal to carry with him because his fate is to wander in eternal darkness. So he carves a lantern from a root vegetable and places the coal inside that, and then just wanders the earth. So that's where a lot of people think that our jack-o'-lanterns come from. However, so the bonus is the truth of the whole story that I just told. It was invented because of these things called ignis fatuus. And what that is over peat bogs and marshes, there's little lights that flicker. But those little lights, that is the organic matter that is decaying, gives off gases, and then when they hit the surface of the water, it creates little lights. That's why the story was created. Nonetheless, he was called Jack of the Lantern because he carried around a vegetable lantern. So that was kind of interesting. I'm not a very good storyteller, but I wanted to share that because I thought that was kind of interesting. Actually, our jack-o'-lanterns from the pumpkins are easier to carve than the root vegetables that they used back in the day when they did for the Samhain festival. Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting, and that's Celtic mythology. That's Celtic mythology. I have a whole book of Celtic mythology. don't know how these cards read. I haven't used them really, once or twice maybe, but I don't remember how they read. So a little bit about a Samhain. Samhain is a festival that the Celts used to do. It was harvest, which is October 31st at sunset to November 1st at sunset. However, they felt like that is when the veil between the dead and the undead was the thinnest, so they would don masks and carve vegetable lanterns to blend in with the spirits and keep the evil at bay. I thought that was pretty interesting too. And then someone introduced All Hallows Eve, and then, well, we have Halloween today. They didn't go knocking on doors and stuff back then. Oh, well, thank you, Richling. Thank you very much. So if anyone has a story or a mythological story or something that you guys might want me to do a live on, just drop it in the thing in the chat and I'll go do some research on it. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't necessarily have to be mythology. It can be whatever. So we'll pull a couple of cards just for the collective and see what happens. If I will quit dropping them. They're a little bit, excuse me, slick. Yes, so yeah, now we know about the pumpkin carvings. So they also, when the Irish started coming over here, they realized that it was a lot easier to carve the pumpkins than it was the root vegetables. So that had a lot to do with it also. But they did the root lanterns to ward off the evil spirits and masks to blend in. I'm gonna have to get me a higher chair. You are interested in earth angels. Oh, that's awesome. Well, I will see what I can find on earth angels and we'll do a live on earth angels. Alright, well, we got 3, so we're going to read these 3. So we have the 2 of Wands, and we know that Wands represents a fire, and 2 is a movement card. So someone is moving forward with their dreams and their ambitions and their goals. They're moving forward to their achievements. Look how she's holding the world in her hands. She wants to conquer. She's She's ready to do it. She's on fire. She's moving forward. She's acting upon her ambitions or his ambitions. And then we have the strength. Even when we are at its lowest and even when we feel weak, as long as we have a breath, we have hope. And from that, we gain strength. Strength to achieve what you're going after. And then we have the Knight of Wands. And there is your good news messenger. He is also on fire. And you're going to get it. You're going to get through it. You got this. Whatever it is that you're pursuing, you got this. That's your outcome. You're going to achieve your dreams. That was a very nice read. I apologize for that. Yes, very inspirational. That's what we need now is positivity and inspiration. I've been outside today. My throat's a little scratchy. I apologize. So yeah, these don't read too bad. These read pretty good for the collective so far. Yes, that was validation barking. Yes. I really like these. Since I did the dedication ritual, I have really, really bonded with these. So just because I can and I feel the urge, we're going to see what comes out of the deck. These. I'm sorry you're going through that. So we have, oh, these are beautiful cards. Okay, so we have Spider, and we have, that is community and web weaving. Night Song is hidden talents. I really feel that this, I mean, I'm going to go to the book, but overall, you know, that's what we are all doing. We are all tapping into our hidden talents and coming together as a community. We're building a community. It's just like the, you know, weaving the web. We're knitting a community, and we're tapping into our talents to do it, and we're coming together. And I love that. This is absolutely beautiful. This is what I felt off of it when it came out. We're weaving a community, bringing our talents together. And yes, and that's wonderful that we're doing that because, you know, and I hear this so much from others, I grew up knowing that I was different and not fitting in. I have never fit in anywhere until recently, and I love it. It's awesome. And I appreciate everybody, everybody supporting me, everybody showing up for my lives, all the likes, just everything. I am so, so, so appreciative because I would have never dreamed at my age that I would even be as far as I am because I was so camera shy to start with. And there were other things too. But I'm thankful that I did because now I know where I belong, and this is where I belong. And I can't thank you guys enough for accepting me. So yes, I'm going to show them again because this is absolutely wonderful. And that, to me, is just another affirmation. And I realize the Halloween Oracle. I really, really, really like this deck. So we're doing, I need to, Earth Angels, right? I might have to write that down. Oh, I got it. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. But I like this one too. I really like this one too. These are easy to read. They have been spot on, and that is My Nightmare Before Christmas. I really, really like those. Okay. So I got that down for the show. A little bit fumbling here. Okay. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'll be having everything in the floor. Yes, yes. I really like them. Hmm. That's interesting. That's very interesting, Richly, about the earth angels. I will definitely, because I'm learning, and, we can all learn together, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I learn from you guys, so, and I love to do research. So anytime you guys want to talk about anything, just let me know and I'll go do some research and we'll definitely get the ball rolling on it. Absolutely. So we'll probably do a show next week on Earth Angels, and I'll make sure that I go do some research and stuff. So anyway, so yeah, I'm excited about that, Rich Lee. Absolutely, absolutely. That'll be a good show. So yeah, if you guys got any suggestions or anything, just drop them in the chat. Let me know, and we'll get it going. So, what now? That was a pretty quick story. Well, I can hop off here in about 3 minutes, so I can go cook some supper, and it's a work night. So 30 minutes or so is probably good, don't you think? At least for tonight. Oh wow, that's cool. I will definitely go look that up. Yes, ma'am, Jackie. Yes, ma'am. The end, Richleen. All right, so yes, next Monday night, we'll go ahead and plan on doing a show on Earth Angels. That'll give me time to do some research and make sure, because I want to make sure I got my facts straight. I don't want to be misleading anybody or anything. Yes, most definitely, they were most definitely Earth Angels. Um, but yes, I will go do some research on that. I'm excited about that. I'm absolutely excited about that. So I've got about just a couple of minutes left. Um, okay, so yes, we got a couple of minutes left. So today is my mama's birthday. She Oh, saging? Oh, yes. We can definitely do something about saging, because I do my own sages, my own sage bundles and stuff. I've got my own herbs and whatnot, so yes. Let me write it down. Yeah, we could definitely do that. That's a good one, Jackie. And there's lots of ways you can sage, but we're going to save that for the show. Okay. So today's my mama's birthday, and she would have been 72. Yeah, so many have sage rituals. And she'll have passed away. It'll be 2 years this coming up February. So I lit her a candle on my altar and wished her a happy birthday when I got up this morning. She means a lot to me. So yes, saging rituals. So the thing about saging rituals is there's not really any wrong way to do a ritual. It is absolutely all about the intent that you put behind it and what feels right and comfortable for you. So you could take something that I do and put your own little twist on it, and it still be right. There's no wrong. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Richleen. She was a special woman. Thank you. I got a tear in my eye. I can't read that. Lupe. I think I said it right. Yeah, Lupe. But at least where she's at now, she's able to walk. And she's able to paint. And she's able to do all the things that she couldn't do here on Earth anymore. So I try to remember that, you know. So, and this is something else that I just started doing. She loved wine. I'm not a wine drinker. However, she would be thrilled that I am still using her cup, her glasses. So, that's my virgin pink Moscato. Yes, to my mom. So, we'll have to talk about her one day, but not today. She's a story all in herself. She's had a rough life, you know, but she managed to. We actually, she wanted. I will tell you guys this real quick though. She wanted to be cremated and shot from a cannon so she could go out with a bang one last time. So that's exactly what we did from here out in the country where I live. Yeah, she's all over out here. But that's what she wanted, and so that's what we did. My mother, she had a stroke, but she was also very sick. She was beyond stage 5 osteoarthritis to the point that she was having a really hard time feeding herself at this point. But she's in a much better place. I know she's painting and walking and doing all those things that she used to like to do. So I try to remember that. All right, so we're going to go over some different types of sage, and oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Richleen. My grandma had bone cancer. That's scary, you know, because I didn't know that till about 2 years ago. Now that's, to me, that's something of importance that, you know, some of us other generations might need to know about. But yeah, she was a good woman too. I know she was the witch of the family. She wouldn't have told us the things that she would tell us when we were growing up if she weren't different, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, just, you know, things like, and I didn't understand it growing up, but when I got older, it was like, you know, little things like, don't carry your old broom to a new house. Well, why not? Because it carries the old energies where you've been sweeping the floor of your old house and you don't want that in your new house. You go buy a new broom and a new mop for the new house. It made a lot of sense after I got grown up a little bit, you know, and just things like that. But all right, ladies, I am going to wrap it up. I thank you very, very, very much for coming by. I love each and every one of you, and I probably will not go live tomorrow, but I will try to go live probably Thursday. Probably Thursday. So, and definitely next week we'll go over different kinds of sages and different ways of saging, and some rituals and stuff that, you know, you can do. And you can take anything and put your own little tweak on it to make it feel right for you and it be right, because it's absolutely about the intent that you put behind it. Love you too, Richleen. Love you too, Jackie. And I will see you guys in a couple of days. Oh, okay. Well, you guys have a good night and enjoy the rest of your evening.